Hi boys, welcome to video number 14. We are going to need a stick and some weights. Okay, today we are looking at doing a few exercises to increase the range of movement in our shoulders and strengthen the opening of our shoulder angle. Okay, so with every exercise we want to try and hit that full shoulder angle. Okay, I obviously struggle with my shoulder flexibility. Some of you guys will too. So this video is mainly for you guys. Okay, it's for everyone, obviously. Okay, it's something we want to keep working. It's for those that do struggle as well. Okay, so we've got a few exercises to help strengthen the opening of our shoulder angle. All right, so our first exercise is our standard shoulder roll, okay, with a stick. Okay, I'm not on camera there. Let's just ever so slightly tilt that up. Okay, that's better. Okay, so as we know with this exercise, we want to pull our tummy in, squeeze our bottom so our body's nice and stiff. Okay, we want to be able to completely lift our arms, circle them round. Okay. Now, I'm going to turn sideways so you can't see how wide I have to do this. Okay, like I said, tummy in, squeeze your bottom so we've got a nice stiff body. You keep your head nice and still, and we completely circle all round. Keep your tummy tight and bring it back again, okay? And it should be done nice and slow, okay, without that change of body shape, keeping that head nice and still. Okay, I'd like to do that as a warm-up 15 times, okay? And I'll put a pause screen in while you do that. Okay, so that was the first exercise. Second exercise is going to be arm raises with some weights, okay? Now, the idea is we're going to do this dished against a wall, okay? Hopefully, me standing all the way over here shouldn't be an issue. Okay, so when I say dished against a wall, we're going to start with our feet slightly out, so we're going to be leaning against the wall like this. Okay, I want you to pull your stomach in so we're in that nice dish shape. Okay, we're going to start with our weights or our water bottles or whatever you've got in front of our legs like this. Okay, so your arms should be parallel. Okay, I don't want you wide and I don't want you hands together like that. Okay, make sure we're in that nice dish shape, holding our shape, squeezing our muscles as we would normally, arms parallel, and all we're going to do is we're going to lift and open our shoulder angle. Okay? So it's a basic dish shape into the wall, start with our arms down, and we're just going to open and lower our weights, okay, and try and hit that full stretch. Okay, so I did mention at the beginning about completely opening your shoulder angle with as many of these exercises as you can, especially this one. Okay, and that's to help strengthen those shoulders. So depending on your weight, okay, you might have a very light weight, you might be able to do 15, okay, or 20. Okay, you might have a slightly heavier weight, in which case you might only be able to do 10 or 15. Okay, so between 10 and 15, I would say, if we can manage that, and I'll put a pause screen in for you to do that. Okay, so we should have done those. Next exercise is going to be a jump through tuck from crouch to a tucked handstand. Okay, so we're going to keep our legs bent. Okay, so starting in crouch. Remember, every time we do this, we jump our shoulders forwards, and then it's the opening of our shoulder angle, it's that lock. Okay, so it's the jump and that lock at the top. Okay, one more time. We jump forwards, we open, and we lock that shoulder angle. Okay, and it's quite an easy exercise. Okay, if we get a decent jump. So I would like you to do 20 of those, please. Okay, just start really moving those shoulders and getting those muscles aching. Okay, 20 of those. Go. Okay, so we should have done our 20. having done flexibility and then 2 strength exercises, we're going to do another flexibility exercise. Now this is one we're very familiar with, okay? And it's essentially the same thing we did at the beginning, but we're now doing it laid down, okay? So we're pulling our chest in, squeezing our bottom, keeping our chin on the floor. The idea is we're going to take our stick round and bring it slowly back again, okay? Keeping our chin on the floor, keeping our body tight. Now I went extra wide on that one, just because I've got to save myself from injury, okay? You guys should be a lot more flexible than me, okay? And should be working your stick in to try and do this parallel. Okay, ready for, well, not ready for anything. But we need that range of movement in our shoulders. I almost said ready for grades, but we're mostly on parallettes now in grades, not with a stick. Okay, but it's still massively important. Okay, so I'd like to do 15 of those. Chest in, squeeze your bottom, chin on the floor, slowly round and slowly back. Okay, 15. Okay, so we should have done those. Our next exercise is another strengthening exercise. Okay, so we're going to use a weight. Okay, it's up to you what size weight you use. Okay, but what we're going to do is we're going to do a single arm shoulder shrug. Okay, so we're going to stand, nice tight tummy, squeezing your bottom so we're in that nice straight line, and that weight should be directly above your shoulder. Okay, so we've got that nice straight line through the entire body, and all I want you to do is just shrug your shoulder as low as you can sink in without arching your back. So we're still going to keep our tummy tight, we're going to drop our shoulder and open it up again. Okay, drop and push open. Okay, now ideally I'd like a decent number of these, so 20 with one arm, weight in the other hand, 20 with the other arm as well. Okay, remember, sink in low and then push up tall and really push into the absolutely open shoulder. All right, as tall as you can with both arms, 20 on each, go. Okay, should have done that. You're going to need your stick again, okay? From our standing position, as we did at the beginning, we're going to do our full circle through. Okay, just a normal shoulder roll like we did at the beginning, but I'd like you to be able to come in a little bit closer this time, and I'd like you to do 20 shoulder rolls. Same exercise as we did at the beginning, exactly the same. 20 of them, trying to get that little bit closer and improve that range. Go. Okay, so our next exercise is on the floor again, and you're going to need a light weight. Okay, so I'm going to use a parallel. Okay, now this exercise is again just working that absolute maximum point of our open shoulders. Okay, so I'm not very flexible, I struggle in that sort of point. Okay, so we're going to lay flat, chin on the floor, and it's just going to be a mini lift, okay, off the floor. Trying to keep your chin down, trying to keep your shape in, and it's just going to be that opening of the shoulders, okay, close to the floor with a small weight. Okay, now I could do it with 2 hands on a dumbbell. Okay, it was quite tricky, but that's because my arms are so close together. Okay, it's slightly easier with a wider. So if you've got 2 tins of beans and you can lift your arms as long as they don't go out to the side and they do stay fixed in front, then that's great. Okay, if you have got something like a parallel or sellotape a tin of beans to a parallel, get creative. Okay, but I would like 20 of those little lifts. Okay, lay on the floor. Okay, with whatever weight you can find that you can lift 20 times. Okay, keep it light and make sure your arms are as close to parallel as you can manage. Okay, 20 of those. Good luck. As this video goes on and we're working our shoulders, we might be getting a little bit tired. Okay, but we should certainly be improving our range of movement in our shoulders. Our shoulder angle should be getting better. Okay, so we did an exercise at the beginning where we stood in dish and we opened our shoulders. Okay, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to do that exercise freestanding. Okay, so we're going to start with a decent base. Okay, nice and wide feet, squeezing our bottom muscles, pulling our stomach in, holding our weights down. Okay, the idea is keeping our stomach tight. We're going to lift and open up. Okay, look up between your weights, make sure your stomach's still pulled in. Okay, so watch again, nice and tight. We're just going to open and stretch. Okay, I'll turn sideways so you can see. So, shape should be good, bottom's squeezed inwards, stomach's tight. We just lift to that full handstand. Okay, and we'll come down with straight arms as well. You should just be watching these demonstrations. You'll get your chance in a second. Okay, so squeeze your bottom, tummy in, open, full stretch to the shoulders, and bring it down again. Okay, no change in the shape at all. Keeping that core tight and just opening and closing your shoulders with a weight. Okay, freestanding off the wall. All right. Anywhere between 15 and 20. It does depend on your weight, and it does depend how achy your arms are or how tired they're getting. Okay, the last thing we want is for our shape to go when we're doing this. We don't want to lift part way and then start arching our back to get the rest of the way. We definitely don't want that. Okay, so choose a light weight and do between 15 and 20, or if you're stuck and you've only got the weights you've got and they're a bit heavy, then stick to 10 to 15, okay? But if you're getting tired and your shape's going, you stop. This is all about the opening of the shoulders and keeping that shape fixed, okay? Off you go. Okay, we should have done those. I would like, lay on your chest, stick at the ready. Remember I showed you really, really wide, round and back with your chest on the floor. You should be now creeping in, repeating that exercise, that little bit closer. I'd like another 20 shoulder rolls. Okay? Starting to work that stick in, pulling your stomach in, squeezing your bottom, keeping your chin on the floor, a bit closer this time. Circle it round and back slowly, without any change of the shape, 20 times. Go. Right, everybody, last few exercises, 2 more strength ones now. Okay, I can't demonstrate these because you know why. Okay, everybody, on parallettes or on bars, if you've got them, it's very difficult on the floor, so if you can get anything together that'll help, brilliant. I want a straddle lever, lift to high hip lift, and then lower back to straddle lever again. Okay, now this is a great exercise because as we know, when we start on a straddle lever, okay, we've got a completely closed shoulder angle, and then as we lift it, okay, we're lifting our hips up as high as we can to that high hip lift position, and it is just a pure open of the shoulder angle. The hips should stay completely closed so they don't open out, they stay nice and folded, and we just lift them up and down just by opening and closing the shoulders. Brilliant exercise for this. I would like you to do 10 to 15, okay, depending on your level and how tired your arms are. Okay, 10 would be amazing. If you can push out the extra 5 and really improve your conditioning, you're going to be fantastic when you get back in the gym. Okay, so 10 to 15 straddle lever to high hip lift. When we do our straddle lever, make sure your feet are always being pulled upwards. We don't want our heels down near the floor. Okay, that's a low straddle lever, and it doesn't show very good strength. Okay, so those little straddle heel raises we've done on Zoom and things, make sure we're doing some of those as well if we've got a weak straddle lever. Okay, so 10 to 15 straddle lever high hip lifts. Off you go. Okay, so we should have done those. We'll move on. Okay, very similar. We're now going to go from the straddle stand position to handstand. Okay, so when we start in a straddle stand, okay, we should have close to a right angle. Okay, slightly open, but close to a right angle in our shoulders. I'm going to lean forwards, take our feet round the outside and bring them to handstand, just opening up that second half of our shoulder angle. Okay, so we've just done straddle high hip lifts, straddle lever to straddle high hip, from completely closed to high hip, which should be completely open. Okay, we're now going to go from halfway to completely open. Okay, so I would again like between 10 and 15 straddle stand all the way to handstand. Remember, our feet go round the outside, they don't come round that way. All right, 10 to 15, go. Right guys, last but not least, last exercise now. Again, it's another range of movement exercise. I'd like to do 5 bridges, okay? I don't mind how they look. I want your feet raised. I want your armpits pushed as far over your wrists as you can. Okay, this is purely a range of movement exercise to really stretch those shoulders back. We've done a lot of strength and a lot of range of movement in our shoulders today, a lot of numbers. Okay, so really work on just a few bridges just to loosen off those shoulders and just push them that little bit more open. All right, if we can, kick over with each one. Okay, if your shoulders are far enough over your wrists, I know it's easier with your feet up on a platform, so if we're doing them from the floor, even better. Okay, I want 5 bridges with a kick over. Hold your bridges, of course, 20 seconds in bridge, count out loud, 20 seconds, kick over. All right, and you can do that 5 times, so 100 seconds in bridge with 5 kick-overs. Okay, and that is our last exercise that I've written down. Okay, but what I'd like to do is once you've done your bridges, and I'll give you a pause screen in a minute. Once you've done your bridges, we did straddle lever to high hip lift, and then we did straddle stand to handstand. If you're able, if you're capable, or even if you're not, even if you just want to attempt it, I'd like everybody to at least try 5 to 10 straddle levers all the way up to handstand, back to straddle lever. Okay, if you're good enough, go again without resting, and again and again. Okay, I've just done a big video with you about opening these shoulders and getting them stronger. Flexibility is important, and we should keep on top of our arm circles with a stick. Okay, but where possible, we want to really strengthen the opening of our shoulders. So that straddle lever to high hip to handstand, and back to straddle lever, back to handstand, back to straddle lever, back to handstand is the best exercise. Okay, so if we can link them and do them in a row, brilliant. Okay, if you're doing that at home at the end of this video and you're linking your lifts to handstands, send me an email. I want to know about it. I want to know how many you've done in a row. Okay, it's important that we keep these sorts of things going. I'd love to see you guys back in the gym stronger than we've ever been. Okay, I don't think that will be reality. Okay, but if we can get close, then we've done some good work in the situation we're in. Okay, all right, I've talked enough. 5 bridges, 20 seconds each with a kick over, and then some lifts to handstand from straddle lever if you're up for that as well. Okay, guys, that's our 14th video. Okay, we'll see you on Wednesday for another Wheel of Doom workout. Okay, thank you.